and his ambitions. So, no, and by the way, he would tell me all the time, he doesn't even feel black. They make him feel not black because he doesn't do those things, because he's soft-spoken, because he's artistic, because he's a bit of a nerd or likes fashion. So I would disagree. He's actually not like that at all.
He's also a Hitler-loving anti-Semite. And we're going to take a little commercial break here.
Try to save yourself before it's too late. Don't glorify murder or even like it. You're sick. You're very sick.
Your favorite part, Simon?
Throw it as hard as you want. Go on.
Hello?
Watching it zip away feels like it might just keep going, right?
Angel Studios are back.
Hello?
Do y'all want to keep listening? I don't know if anybody's there, if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me.
With a new must-see documentary.
I'm listening. It's fascinating.
Dr. Fauci. We're going to hear a lot more about
Oh!
Jenna first digs into the origins of COVID-19, a possible bio-arms race with China, and claims about
Oh, Julian, I also didn't know you were Jewish and you converted to Islam. Wow, it's really surprising. I had no idea you were Jewish, Julian. But also I had no idea you were a Muslim now. Wow, I guess I didn't really know the real Julian. I just thought you were a psychopath. Now I know you're a psychotic as well. Congratulations. Psychotic psychopath.
Become a member, stream Thank You Dr. Fauci, and be part of the conversation demanding truth and accountability. Okay, back with Nick for Winters. Let's just turn to anti-Semitism. In your interview with Stephen Crowder last week, you answered emphatically that you don't hate all Jews. Is that correct? That's your position?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll play you this clip.
Well, I don't hate any Jews. Let me just amend that. I don't hate any Jews.
Okay. Let's play this clip.
The reason I had it is because my opposition to world Jewry and Israel is rooted in absolute, uncontestable fact. We have the truth on our side. That's why we're winning. Because we are telling the truth about the historical antagonism between Jews and Europeans, between Jews and Christians. The theological, historical, racial, cultural, and political antagonisms between organized Jewry and the Christians, organized Jewry and Europeans. And the reason that we are winning that argument is because it's real, it's true. I can prove it, I can show you, I can name the names, I can show you the paper trail, the money. That is why we're winning. That is why all of this is raising the consciousness.
When you
I just want to be clear. Nowhere in that clip does he say he hates Jews, and yet he uses that clip and he says nothing like that compared to
Scarface, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your opinion. Put Nick Fuentes back on, Scarface.
YouTube does. That's why I said it, just for your YouTube. I would, but I don't have one.
Just kick him. Go fuck yourself, Simon, you disgusting little fucking dandruff Frank. Abby, did you like it that I called her Scarface? That's my new nickname for her. Just keep calling her Scarface all the time.
Do you take issue with it? Do you have a problem with that?
clarify what you mean by it.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. The gaslighting's crazy because I use that expression on my show all the time. I say organized Jewry, world Jewry, and do you know that for like 30 years, the World Jewish Congress has an annual keynote called the State of World Jewry? Ray Weiss has given it. You can look it up, it's on YouTube. She gives the State of World Jewry address.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you have to talk about, there's a concept of Jewish peoplehood. It's the sense that they are part of a common nationality, a common tribe, a common people, and so where they reside in Israel, the United States, or Europe, or elsewhere, they see each other above or maybe on a different level alongside their nationality, their state, wherever they reside. If they're in Germany, France, the United States, they see themselves as part of a transnational nation, of an international nation. The Jews in America, the Jews in Israel, they identify as Israeli or American, but they also have something in common. They identify as part of a common nation, which I would say there's a war.
The name range in it.
And it was asking.
And freedom is one of my key things that I value.
Yo, happy birthday, Sella! Congratulations, girl! Happy birthday!
Digital birthday party. What'd you get her? She wanted everybody to cash up her $100. So.
I want to tell her the truth of the earth and let her know that at birth, when you're from the earth, the truth of the earth is always going to be communication.
No, that's fuck.
Hello? Happy birthday, Sella! Congratulations, baby. You made it.
Hey, man, stop being a fucking creep faggot.
Creep faggot, man. You the one on the bus molesting little girls. They kicked me.
You want to fight? I handle my mouth. You don't want to fight? Fight Bradley X. You don't want to fight?
Hello? 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 Hello?
said that you believe no more than several 100,000 have been killed. And I want to play you this clip.
Do you think that
people talk about, well, what about the gas chambers? Well, to the extent that that's real, I find that hard to believe, but to the extent that's real, there have been atrocities committed and genocides committed in all times and all places. Let's acknowledge wildfire casts a track
There is no debate to be had about the number of people who were murdered. Even the Nazis in the trials after. Oh, well, that's it. Yeah.
The
amount of
you don't never want to go talk no man. What do you want to argue with a woman? Hold on. So I'm about to go grab.
The amount of documentation was saved historical record is unprecedented in the history of mass slaughter of human beings. So we have a very clear idea of how many people were gassed to death in the gas chambers. We have a very clear idea.
We know how many people died in Gaza.
Were kept in ghettos, died of disease, of forced labor, of death marches. We know how many Jews were slaughtered. It's at least 6 million. What's interesting to me is that you appear to now concede that, which may be news to a lot of your regular viewers who have constantly heard you quibble with the number of Jews who died in the Holocaust. And for the record, just to confirm what I think you told me, you do now accept that at least 6 million Jews were killed.
Ignored his entire argument.
Well, no, I said it could be. It could even be higher than
Well, it could be higher. That is true.
It's at least.
But
I
you
think
accept
it
at
is at least. Oh, it's at least 6 million. But
Okay.
it could be 100
Well,
times
people
more
are
than
going to be,
that.
okay, the people
Let me respond to the rest of your question.
Sure.
What you're saying, I understand where you're
That's
coming
how I know he's trolling him.
It has been documented, and
that's
there
what
are
I'm
confessions and so on.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That speak for
no.
itself. But you don't see, your show is called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
But the United Kingdom is censored, and Europe is censored. And if you talk about these things, you will be put in jail in many countries. And I think that's where a lot of people start to say, well, if the truth is so clear and if there's such overwhelming evidence, why do you need to throw people in jail for disagreeing? And you yourself said, well, there is no debate. I think everything is debatable. I think everything at least should be debated. And if the evidence is very one-sided, let the evidence speak. Don't throw people in jail. So do you think that Holocaust denial laws should be overturned?
I don't particularly agree with Holocaust denial laws. I don't think people should be in prison.
Okay.
Well, because I have a blanket view now, which has evolved slightly actually over the years, that I have a blanket view that speech should not be criminalized.
Uh-oh, you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Say, and they should be.
Yeah, he can't say that. He can't
They
say
say if you have an employer, they can make a view about whether you are the right kind of person they want for their employment, as they will make a decision about anything else you do in life. So I actually believe that speech should never be criminalized. It's my personal view. I understand why in places like Germany, they have strong laws about it because they want to move on from what they believe was the most shameful moment in their history. I understand that.
You
I want
understand
that in
my
my country?
freedom
No.
of freedom of
Am I appalled by what has been going on with free speech in the United Kingdom?
Wait, you know what, Simon?
Absolutely.
He's not used to free speech
People have been
being a Brit, so.
the stuff they put on social media. Right, so yeah, I do. I think what is more interesting to me about our exchange is I was not expecting you to go the opposite way. I was not expecting you to be so emphatic that at least 6 million Jews.
He missed 100 times more.
Right, he's definitely trolling him.
Oh, he did 100 times more.
Yeah, that's how you know he's trolling him.
But he didn't even pick up on it. He missed it.
I could want to
for being, if not a Holocaust denier, than somebody constantly questioning in a downward way the number of Jews who were murdered. That doesn't appear to be what your position is now.
No, and here's what I would like to see for my entire career. When I started my show, it started with a good faith inquiry, where I was questioning a lot of these narratives, and I said, what is the answer on the other side? But what I found is that the answer was criminalized. So when you would talk about anything regarding Jews, Israel, the Holocaust, you could be in favor of the official narrative on those things. If you went against, you were banned, censored, and in some countries jailed. And so I actually haven't made up my mind on that, because that's not really a matter of interest to me. And there's a lot of analysis and scholarship on both sides of the issue. And I've read both sides of the issue, and honestly, unfortunately, it's hard to judge because there's never been a debate on it. And there's never been a debate because of the stigma, because of the censorship. And I think that leads a lot of people to say, well, what do they have to hide? Because you can say on your show, well, I'm personally against Holocaust denial laws, yet they still persist, and the social consequences still persist. And I think that is the anomaly. And people have to wonder, okay, why is it that way? And what I said in that clip is the reason the Holocaust casts a long shadow is because of organized Jewry. That is what they always fall back on.
Whoa.
Cannot be talked about.
When you say that too much, you interrupt it. David?
I'm gonna start making the
Lester,
debate that it's 7 million and then anyone that says it's less.
Yeah, they could be 100 times bigger.
and no other tragedy is treated that way, and no other ethnic group has a get out of jail free card. Just play that. Anti-Semitism and Holocaust, you can do whatever you want and defend all your actions. That's the part that people are getting upset with. That's the problem.
I don't know any right-minded person who believes that Jewish people weaponized the Holocaust.
I didn't realize I had grades.
I don't know anybody.
That's still
You
just
know
like,
anyone that does that?
okay.
I'm sure there are some people that do particular generalization. You know, the truth is that most Jewish people have lost relatives. I want to play you two.
Well, you right.
One is where you talk about Adolf Hitler.
That's the whole.
Anything. The trick is how to tell him that is a little BS. Because he had revelation.
Hitler was a pedophile and a pagan. It's like, well, it was
So,
also, time to grow up. We're not children anymore, am I right? Am I right? Am I right, boys? Am I right? Let's go. He was also really fucking
that's a totally different thing.
Hitler was not cool. That's
So I don't know how you got adoption out of
transfer the will.
Yeah, and when we say that they're all incarnational realities, and every time I say God manifested in the incarnation,
And I'm tired of pretending.
Bro.
Well,
To be honest.
this is the problem, you see. It's a bit like when you just say, I'm a racist. You're a racist, you think Hitler's cool, but you're not anti-Semitic. If you're a Jewish person watching this, what are they thinking? I'll tell you what they're thinking, because I've got a friend of mine called Danny Finkelstein, who...
Little Danny.
He's a Times journalist in the UK, very eminent journalist. Finkelstein found his experiences at the hands of Hitler and Stalin, because you also told Tucker Carlson that you admire Stalin. But let's just tell you what Danny said here.
Hi Piers, it's Danny Finkelstein here. As you're interviewing Nick Fuentes, you might try suggesting it's my book, Hitler, Stalin, and the House, called Two Roads Home in the United States. Since he says he's on Team Hitler, you might like to ask him about the fact that Hitler arrested my mum.
There's 7 keys to the great game, being in one month. First let the body of the
cousin, my grandmother and my father said Hitler being one out.
Exactly.
Daniel Nero!
Did deserve that.
Let's not blame the victim. I'll ask him.
Daniel Nero's going around as John Kitover nowadays.
Are you saying she's a...
Welcome to the show, Fox. Nick. I've been listening to the Nick Fuentes and the Piers Morgan interview. Have you heard it, Daniel?
What up? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm sitting here digesting cheese pizza cooked medium well with garlic. It was so delicious. Oh,
I thought you were going to get it well done, dude.
I did get it medium well. Welcome back to the show, Daniel. Did you like our segment with John Lee earlier?
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic as usual. Fuck yeah. John Lee is just, you really won him over, dude. He's not even like that.
Could you imagine winning over Darth Dawkins? That is the hardest man in the world to win over. It's immediate shutdown every time. That's the ultimate gong show. The Darth Dawkins show is actually just the gong show.
Yeah, man. He's very quick to the very quick to fucking boot people, though. That gong goes off quick.
Yeah. State your world position, and then I'm gonna kick you. That's the show, basically.
Where the fuck is Fatima? What's she up to?
Fatima's probably taking a break because, she went so hard for multiple days, and then she's probably like, these fucking guys are like creating rooms with my name. I should take a break. It's getting way too serious. Plus, she has a brother with a heroin addiction, so, maybe she is nursing her brother. I listened to some of your interview last night, and then eventually I went to sleep, but I did let it run, so you've been caught in my YouTube web of despair. Somewhere amongst thousands of videos is Daniel Nero having a one-on-one.
Well, I was hoping that I saw you in there. I hope you were hoping you were recording. I hope it was good content. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I don't know, dude. Oh,
Wait.
pizza's so good.
Oh, man. Do you want me to PTR the pizza?
Yeah.
I feel like I go to the because I gotta get something to drink.
What do you get to drink?
I need water, but I'm gonna make myself a cocktail. It's kind of funny, the guy who delivered it, like, he gave the $5 tip.
and they also take the pizza out of the bag slowly. They say, that pizza smells good. And then when there's no cash tip, they walk away very slowly like, motherfucker.
They're double dipping. They're trying to get two.
Yeah, they're,
tips.
fuck yeah, dude. If you were a pizza delivery man, every single time you went to that door, you'd have the most optimistic motherfucking attitude in the world.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, the Nick Fuentes interview is pretty interesting. It is interesting because you don't hear a white male perspective on anything. So, that cuts through the matrix very quickly, and that's why so many people are listening to it. But
Oh my god, that looked fantastic, dude.
yeah,
It looks so good.
fucking dude.
Looks nice and light and crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and browned.
Mm-hmm. Garlic. That's the secret. Just garlic. That's it. No meat. Just garlic. Your breath is gonna stink, but you're gonna be in paradise. Pizza paradise.
Fuentes, honestly.
Huh?
What's your view on Nick Fuentes, honestly?
Everyone is a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite, and thus, he's no saint. He might be more accurate in his analysis of the situation, which is crime is out of control. There seems to be no solutions to any of our social problems. And it does seem like it's possible that it is accelerating. And in Chicago, they tell us every single day that the crime numbers are down year over year, quarter over quarter. And you're like, no, it's not. No way. Don't believe any of it. So it's not really about what do I think about somebody named Nick. It's really, what am I going to do to optimize my situation? Because Nick is the fox. I want to be the wolf, but I also want to be the fox. I want to be smart as the dove, smart as the snake, as peaceful as the dove. And so Nick Fuentes, because he doesn't have transcendent psychology, and he is such a literalist, he is not providing an education service to his audience. He's providing hate speech. He's not providing peace speech. He's providing fighting, war speeches as opposed to meditation education. He's not playing music, so those are my thoughts on.
Fantastic. I got a little tangent, but what do you think of Clubhouse in general? It just doesn't seem it doesn't seem like the most popular, or the most traffic, or the most lucrative, or why do you like it? What do you like about this platform?
It's free, and it's when I was in high school, phone to phone or telephony or VoIP first came out back in like 0001 or maybe even 99, 98. So this is just like the next level of playing games. That's why I like it, because it is a game. It is a communication game. Just like any video game you might put in, download an app on your phone. Some people might try to convince you that you can't record conversations here. It's illegal. But I would say that this is a video game app, but people don't like the way that I play my video game or use my cell phones. So thus, it makes it even more fun, especially since there's no repercussions. So it's like conditioning people at scale. And that's interesting. And what's also interesting is a lot of these public rooms, you have the ability, like it was prophesized that you would have the ability to communicate with anybody, any celebrity, any politician, etc. That's true on X and Instagram, maybe. Maybe you can @ them or message them, but on here, while people are having live conversations, you can come up on stage and hit a bell, say a prayer, talk over people. I mean, it becomes a bang room, but that ability to immediately get into somebody's ear canal is unprecedented. So that's a very unique thing, to be able to be immediately put into somebody's brain. That's remarkable. So to me, it's the ultimate video game, and that's why I keep coming back every day to play this thing as if it was Counter-Strike or StarCraft or Halo or Diablo, whatever those video games are. This is the real video game. This is much more difficult.
Do you let people in on your strategy? I know that I've seen a little bit of behind the scenes in your workshop. You got a couple of cell phones set up, or a lot of them. So what's your approach? Dude, I'd love to know what the process is like. And how you, technically, how you set it up. And
I use tripods.
What you're doing, man.
It's all taking place in two offices. One is my upstairs office, one is my downstairs office. Downstairs right now, there's no audio. And up here, I just maximized every single tripod I bought. Right now, there's 15 YouTube lives going. And basically, my organizational approach is, there's no like grand strategy or plan. There's nothing I'm working towards. It's simply organizing. So I want every phone working, and that means I need a cable for every phone. I'm all out of cables, so I can't have any more phones working. I have no more tripods. I have no more phones working. I want to expand my live streaming operation, and I just take it day to day, moment to moment, and I enjoy the process. I'm not rushing anything.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think a lot of people would be intrigued at your process, like just getting a behind the scenes look at behind the curtain, and I think that would be fascinating as fuck. To make a small documentary, just showing what you're up to. I really do think it would be cool. Just the art behind it, Dennis, what's up, brother?
Bull rush! Bull rush!
Power rush, bull rush.
Wow, he finally got it.
Get married, right?
I think people should get married. I'm a Christian.
You're basically anti-marriage, really. You've talked about this. You've talked about
Are we done talking about like genocide and
I'm
marriage now?
coming to the same part because you seem very resistant to the idea of marriage. You've never got married. You've talked very scathingly about henpecked husbands. Let's take a look.
That's true. Guys get to a certain age and they're like, you know what? Women suck. Like they're talking too much. They're not hot anymore. Like you're fat, you're chubby, you're not as hot as you think you are. You fucking talk too much. You're a bitch.
So we'll obviously get to the brazen misogyny part of that a little later, but
Where was the lie?
I'm curious. On the one hand, there's this terrible genocide going on of white people. On the other hand, you want people effectively to
Literally,
all turn out to be so ghastly, so they shouldn't presumably procreate.
You're chubby, you're not
I am good by this side.
actively encouraging men not to associate with these ghastly women, therefore not have any more children. Therefore, you are contributing, Nick Fuentes, to the diminishing white population. You can't decide if you people.
I tell my followers to get married all the time. I tell them that it's best for everybody to get married, and I think
As I say, not as I do.
have sex. I think that's the only listed way as a Catholic is
Why don't you get
have
married?
sex is within marriage.
Why don't you get married?
I'll get married later. It's been difficult for me because people are shooting at me at my house. I don't know that I don't want to have kids and a wife. You know, my wife would be screaming about that. Me, you know, I have to be able to take risks and be able to say these things. It's difficult to bring a family into a life that's like that. But for my followers, I tell them to get married. But what's happening with women?
You literally just told your followers, hang on, in that clip you literally told followers, women, they get old, they get fat, they get ugly, they get very annoying. So where's the incentive to get married to women? There isn't one. You're actually
You're extrapolating.
Just pointing you back at yourself again.
No, but you're extrapolating and saying, well, you say women are annoying, so therefore, what's the incentive? We have to do it in spite of the fact that they are annoying. We have to do it in spite of the fact that they talk too much. We can get them to lose weight. We can put them on peptides. We can get them to the promised land. It's going to be... Oh, you should see my DMs. It is quite the opposite. They're called the Croy bets. And I'm actually batting them away. Granted, not all of them are attractive. Some of them are attractive.
Just to clear up one of the many things are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
Is he gay? Ryan?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So, there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
You should. When I need it, I need it.
It's the greatest.
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yes.
Shut the fuck up, Simon, and mute your mic, you fucking rat.
Shut the fuck up. For a young guy. I know I'm the boomer here. Actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
He just said that means
No,
that he
actually,
knows
says the guy who never got laid.
That's the thing, though. You boomers, it's
You think
always
you're an expert in women?
free
You
love.
never got laid?
Yeah, we are going back to the Stone Age. You're absolutely right. This, you know, you're talking about empathy, and your kids are empathetic, and they would never laugh at a joke about the Holocaust, and you're a misogynist. You're a simp yourself. You're totally henpecked. That's the problem. So yeah, we are going back.
Play another clip of yours about women.
A lot of women want to be raped, and when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say it like that, but there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them, but also they have to pretend, but part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
You think women want to be raped, Nick?
Can you confirm that, Nora?
That's what the studies show, Pierce. That's what these statistics
That's what you
say.
believe.
They have fantasies. They have fantasies. I don't think that they want to actually get raped, but there's a study out there. Get ready for this. It says 62% of women have rape fantasies. And if you read anything that they're reading, if you watched what they're watching, what do you think 50 Shades of Grey is about? What do you think Twilight is about? I mean, that's just true.
You think women want to have the shit beaten out of Fountainhead?
Yeah, and it's very disturbing, but it's true.
Do you think your views on women might change if you actually ever had a relationship with one or had sex and actually had a proper relationship? I mean, people say the reason you're so angry about women is you're basically an incel.
I'm not angry about it.
You sound very angry. You sound very, very angry about women. They get
I'm passionate. It's an issue I'm passionate about.
You're sounding very bitter about women. As if women have done a terrible disservice to you. But when you don't have relationships, you don't have sex, when are they doing these terrible things to you that made you so hateful towards women? I'm really curious.
Was that?
Shut the fuck up, Simon!
I was laughing. I said they want men to beat the shit out of them. And that's just true. I mean, when you look at the state of modern women, all they do is lay in their bed, doom scroll, they're chilling out. They're getting a little fat.
That's only because I'm almost caught now.
They're getting a little heavy. And any guy that is playing the field these days will tell you that. I mean, and I know a lot of the Chads. I am an incel. I'm friends with a lot of Chads like Bradley Martin, Clavicular. They agree with me.
Oh yeah,
You know, there's sort of like this alliance between
Oh my god, that guy.
and the guy guys that get the most sex. We know what women are. It's the guys in the middle. Guys like you in the middle, it's the beta male orbiters that say, she's amazing, you're a misogynistic pig. Because I don't know what that is. I guess.
Well, let me explain to you what I think it is. I think when a 27-year-old guy who's never got laid, never had a meaningful relationship with a woman, says that women shouldn't be allowed to vote, they should stay at home, that all they do is fantasize about being raped and being beaten up, that's what they want, that they're annoying, that they get fat, that they get ugly.
Can you mute Simon's mic, please?
You may not understand it, because your knowledge is so incredibly tiny, but actually you are the embodiment of a misogynist. It couldn't be clearer. And if I was a
Hello?
deep-rooted misogyny of some of the actual boomers I know, yeah, here you are, 27 years old, and most of the current studies show that a lot of men are really disenfranchised from society, no longer have physical relationships with women if they've ever had them, never associate with women, and build up instinctively misogynist views about women. And I fear you're in that position. You're just a bit of a lonely guy who wants to get laid and can't for whatever reason. And it's made you bitter about women. And I don't know where that's come from, but it's fascinating.
No, see, here's the thing. First of all, you're very caught up in the labels. It's always, you're a racist, you're a misogynist,
You said you were a racist.
To me. Well, hey, can I respond?
You gave yourself the label.
What is this?
You said, I am a racist. I didn't give you the label.
Okay.
You said, Nick Fuentes, I am a racist.
Calm down. Calm down.
Did you or didn't
It's
you?
okay.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
here's the
didn't
thing.
give you the label. You did.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're trying
Why
to
are you
infer
screaming at
something
me?
that didn't happen. You said, I gave you the label of being a racist. No, you did. You said,
Oh,
I'm a
Narmo.
racist.
Oh, Narmo somewhere, I don't know.
You're gonna have to tone it down a little, all right? You're gonna have to bring it down a notch and relax. This is just an interview, okay? Please calm down. All I said is you're hung up. I didn't say you gave me that. Maybe I did.
You did.
But here's what I mean. What I mean is you're just hung up on proving you're a misogynist. Okay, you're a racist. Okay, you deny the Holocaust, and I'm not about the labels,
You
man.
didn't deny
I'm
the
just
Holocaust.
past that.
As I said to you, look, Nick, as I said to you, I just wanted to go over the stuff that you know everyone uses out there around you and get you to respond. And we are getting, I think, a long way in this interview.
Okay.
Right? You didn't deny the Holocaust. You accepted there's been a Holocaust of at least 6 million Jews.
I'm a maximalist. I'm a Holocaust.
That is significant. You
I think it's more.
You did admit you're a racist, and you have spelled out a thought process about women, which is the purest definition of misogyny that I've ever seen. And you said you're not gay. We're getting somewhere.
Didn't say I hate women.
Yeah. Well, and I own the labels, okay? But I just don't care that much about them.
That's
I
fine.
feel like the whole
I'm not saying
this
you
is
have-
like a weird.
I'm not saying you have to care, Nick. You don't have to care about any of it. I promise you. Right? That's not why I got you on the show. I wanted to give you a fair crack, which I think I had. We've gone over a lot of stuff. We've got a bit more to go on. I genuinely don't think I've ambushed you with anything you couldn't have been expecting.
No.
I don't think I've been overtly hostile. In fact, when you've asked me to calm down, I've calmed down. I don't want to have a hostile, angry, shouty match with you. I simply want you to spell out exactly what you've meant about all these things, and people can then be the judge of them. So let's take another break, and we'll come back and talk about Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and others.
Hello?
Online shopping spree, but that also means it's big time for hackers and data brokers who steal information online. The solution is very simple. Use ExpressVPN to shut them down. Top tier encryption. But you've grown increasingly.
Simon, what are you thinking about the subjectionist debate conversation, Simon?
I'm just thinking that you gotta shut the fuck up, John.
Jesus, Simon, no profanity, please.
We played this game in the first term. We're 10 years in.
Hello?
And we still have these people. I hate to say it, but they're
Relax.
just in denial. And they're like, okay, everybody, let's all go on Twitter and let's tell Trump, don't screw over your voters. Okay, hey, Trump, don't hire John Radcliffe in the CIA. Like, what are we doing? We lost. It's over. The time to make demands was during the election when he needed the votes. He's a lame duck president. He doesn't need anything from us.
The Bull
He's
Rush
not
King
even
is
on
here.
Twitter. He's on Truth Social. So what are you talking about? We're going to all rally and tell him, don't hire yet another neocon?
Over the weekend, you posted this on X. You said performative cruelty is the perfect phrase to characterize the Trump admin and the mood of the MAGA movement. In order to compensate for his compromises and failures, Trump has to fall back on mean-spiritedness to appeal to the basest instincts of his followers. It's really sad. I mean, do you think you're the best person that went to lecture people about performative cruelty?
Why, are you accusing me of being cruel? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
How am I cruel?
You're cruel about black people. You're cruel about women. I mean, you're cruel about a lot of people, and you're very performative.
Okay. I don't think I'm performative. If anything, everyone else is performative. I'm authentic. You know, whatever you want to say about me, it's real. It's from the gut. But yes, I do think it's performative. And what I mean by that is, you know, when they're doing the deportations, they know the deportations are not where the base wants them to be. They deported, the figures are disputed, but from my data, it's 300,000 in the year, which is not a massive deportation. They know the base is unhappy with that. So what do? The deportations that they are carrying out, they do a big spectacle, and they arrest everybody, and they film it, and they put a hype at it, and there's a meanness in there. They play that song from Sabrina Carpenter or something, and they make it a joke, they make it glib, and they do that because they're not delivering on the promise, so they compensate by doing it meaner, edgier, more mean-spirited, so that the base will overlook the fact that it's not happening. And I think that's by definition performative cruelty. You can call me a hypocrite, but it's definitely true about what they're doing in the administration.
You went to see Trump at Mar-a-Lago with Ye for dinner. What was that like?
It was very interesting. They're my two heroes. Ye is my hero. Trump is my hero. Even though he's very disappointing, I still a personal hero of mine. And he's a remarkable person. It was a great conversation. We got along pretty well. He liked me. I liked him. It was a love fest.
I mean, he got attacked afterwards for supping with the white supremacist devil. I mean, do you accept you are a white supremacist?
Well, that's the Ye. No, absolutely not.
You don't think white people are superior to black people?
No, I'm a Christian, so I believe everybody is equal before God.
Including women?
Yes.
So you give women equal rights, sir?
No.
Great. No. Right. Okay. So you just talked a lot of bullshit, didn't you?
Well, no. I mean, I just think the law
Why are you mad about this? No.
You want women to be treated equally before God, but you don't want to give them equal rights.
Yeah, because women and men
it's
are
fine,
different.
no,
Do
it's
you
your
believe there are
view.
two genders?
It's your view.
Do you think there's two genders?
I do think there are two genders, yes.
Okay, and so you mean there's distinction. There are two distinct genders.
I think we should all have the same rights to...
Well, if they're meaningfully distinct, biologically distinct, and they have different social and biological roles, I think it would follow that we would treat them a little bit differently in the law.
Do you think the Catholic Church's teachings reflect that?
I do. Yeah, there's no female priests. Have you ever seen that?
Do you think that the Catholic Church thinks all women should be deprived of the vote?
Yeah, I think so.
No, they don't.
I think they do, yeah.
You think the Catholic Church position is women shouldn't be allowed to vote?
I think so, yeah, but I'm not positive.
No, it's bullshit.
Oh, it should be.
It should be.
There's no cardinals. There's no female cardinals. They have no vote in the papacy.
That's true. And I'm also from Chicago, like the Pope. But look, I mean, women, it says in the Bible that women have no authority over men. And they can't teach men, and that's why there's no female priests.
There's a lot of
So I
things
don't
in the
think the
Bible.
Catholic...
I mean, do you think you take every word of the Bible as sacrosanct?
Well, yeah, it's inspired scripture.
That's all of
But I
it
mean,
is
this is now
all of it is
a
sacrosanct.
theological debate. Well,
You
it
wanna
is
listen to some
Catholic doctrine
philosophy,
that
some
women should
music?
not lead and teach. I mean, you're not interacting with what I'm saying. Why
I've
can't
heard all
women
this
be
already
priests?
anyways.
There should be.
Okay, well, you're you're not Catholic. That's not a Catholic
I'm a
position.
Catholic. Many things I disagree with the Catholic Church.
Bro, this guy is
Well, that kind of contrary is the whole thing. Is being Catholic is accepting, yes, it's accepting the authority of the
Being 18, 1 and 1 in me.
So, yeah, man, my bad, bro. You gotta learn the code switch when you come over here. You gotta.
Bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou mayst abhor the fidget babes that tease the thorn. Next let the breath rhythm be low, easy, regular and slow. So that thy being be in tune with the great
Seas Pacific swoon.
Third, let thy life be pure and calm, swayed softly as a well to live be bound to the one love of the profound. Fifth, let the thought divinely free from sense observe its entity. Watch every thought that springs in hands, hour after hour thy visions, intense and keen, turned inwardness, no atom of analysis. Sixth, on one thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the one, so like a flame straight and unstirred, burn up thy being in one word. Next, still that ecstasy prolong thy meditation, steep and strong, slaying even God, should he distract thy attention from the chosen at last. All these things in one power, time that the midnight blossom flower, the oneness is yet even in this, my son, thou shalt not do amiss. If thou restrain the expression, shoot thy glance to rapture's darkling rude, discarding name, form, sight, and stress, even of this high consciousness. Pierce to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master, I revere thy radiance that rolls afar, O brother of the silver star. There are 7 keys to the great gate, being 8 in 1 and 1 in 8. First let the body of thee be still, bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou mayest abort the
Hey, where do you CBD before undercover patrol when I'm bored and I'm like?
Darkling rude, discarding name, form, sight and stress. Even of this high consciousness, pierce to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master, I revere thy radiance that rolls afar, O brother of the silver star. If thou restrain the expression shoot, thy glance to rapture's darkling root, discarding name, form, sight and stress, even of this high consciousness. Pierce to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master, I revere thy radiance that rolls afar, O brother of the silver star. There are 7 keys to the great gate, being 8 in one and 1 in 8. First, let the body of thee be still, bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou makest abort the fidget babes that tease the thought. Next, let the breath rhythm be low, easy,
This is
regular,
like your wolf.
and slow, so that thy being be in tune with the great sea's Pacific swoon.
You let him
Third,
steal
let
the
thy
election.
love be pure and calm, sweep softly as a well to live be bound to the one love of the profound.
Did you even sue?
Fifth, let the thought divinely free from sense
Your friends
observe
who?
its entity. Watch every thought
All
that
you do is write
springs
articles.
against. Hour after hour, thy vigilance intense and keen turned inward. Go, atom of analysis, 6 on one thought securely pinned. Still every whisper of the wind. So like a flame, straight and unstirred.
You're not capable. You let him steal the election. Did you even sue? You're a clown too. All you do is write articles.
Thy meditations deep and strong, slaying even God, should he distract thy attention from the chosen man. Last all these things in one hour, time that the midnight blossom flower. The oneness is yet, even in this, my son, thou shalt not do again. If thou restrain the expression sense observe its entity, watch every thought that springs in hands. Hour after hour thy vigilance, intense and keen, turned inward miss. No atom of analysis, sixth on thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the wind. So like a flame straight and stirred, burn up thy being onward. Next till that ecstasy, prolong thy meditations deep and strong. Singing God, should he distract thy attention from the chosen act? Last of these things in one overpowered, time that the midnight blossom flowered. The oneness is yet even in this, my son, thou shalt not do amiss. If thou restrain the expression, shoot thy glance to rapture, darkling root, discarding name, form, sight, and stress. Even of this high consciousness, pierce to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master, I revere thy radiance that rolls afar. O brother of the silver star. There are 7 keys to the great gate.
They basically gave her the option to attend like stadium that they were.
First, let the body of thee still, bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou mayst abort the fidget babes that tease the thought. Next, let the breath withal be low, easy, regular, and slow, so that thy
Justices on the High Court are thinking about today. So the issue is before the court that the president's firing of former federal trade commissioner Rebecca Slaughter needed to come into question. So Slaughter argues that Congress designed the Federal Trade Commission to be bipartisan and investigating corporate mergers and
to the one love of the profound, fifth of the thought, divinely free from sense, observe its entity, watch every thought that springs in
Daniel.
hands. Hour after hour thy vigilance into
Daniel. Daniel, are you there? Hello? Daniel, come back, Daniel. Daniel! Daniel!
and keen turned inward miss. No atom of analysis, sixth on thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the wind. So
We come from Uranus. It is the planet in our solar system, the 7th planet from the sun.
In the United States that you want to mention?
So I think that I didn't say that the president has the power. I actually said that he does not have that power.
He doesn't have that power.
Well, Steve, I think that it's got to the point where we go into the nuance themselves. He doesn't have
No, sir, I was maybe you would make some choices about how you wanted it to go, and I was fine with that. So I because he's our spiritual leader. He's the head of the church. He's the vicar of Christ. So if he can have that would be Chicago. And it would depend upon what he would say exactly, but yeah, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that
If
at
he
all.
condemns you because you've openly admitted to being a racist on this show.
Oh, you know, this racist. I would be disappointed if he said that because I think that word racist, it means something different to everybody, and so I think that's just silly. I think that's just semantic.
Have you ever been in love in your life?
It's gay. No, like romantically, no.
Never.
No.
You think that's part of the problem?
What's the problem?
You're not in love.
Oh, and what's the way I am? What are you trying to say?
I'm giving people 2 hours of the way you are. You're unashamed about a lot of it.
You saying you're gay? I have a problem. I think I'm cheerful, boisterous. Look, unlike you, I'm willing to be a little provocative. I guess you're willing to be provocative, but I'm willing to be very provocative, and I'm a free thinker. And I don't like to be tone policed. I don't like to be told about, people are going to tone police and play moral cop about you can't make this joke or you can't make this statement. And I think
I really like to know what your national origin is.
Ain't no fucking new season of Game of Thrones.